Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are diving into something a little different, a path to financial freedom that you might not hear about every day.
Interesting.
We're always being told to invest, invest, invest.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But what if I told you that there's another way,
Okay.
one that could feel even more liberating? We are going to be talking about the power of paying off your mortgage and how it can transform not just your finances, but your whole life.
I love that, the idea of owning your home outright free and clear.
Yeah.
It's more than just a financial strategy.
Right.
It's an emotional game changer.
It is, and I think that's what really intrigues me about this topic.
Yeah.
We often talk about money in terms of numbers,
Yeah.
but there's a huge psychological component to
It's
it,
huge.
especially when it comes to something as fundamental as your home.
Absolutely. Think about it.
Yeah.
No more monthly mortgage payments looming over your head.
Oh,
That feeling of burden lifted. It's like a constant source of stress just melts
it
away.
just melts away.
And the sense of security knowing that no matter what happens, you have a place that truly belongs to you.
Right.
That's priceless.
I'm starting to feel the weight lifting already just thinking about this.
I know, right?
But let's get practical for a second. Paying off a mortgage early, it takes serious dedication, right?
Yeah, it does.
It might even feel like you're missing out on investment opportunities.
Sure, it takes planning. But let's look at the flip side.
Okay.
When you pay off your mortgage early, you are essentially saving yourself a fortune.
Yeah.
In interest payments, I once sat down
Oh, yeah.
and calculated the total interest I was projected to pay over the life of my loan. And honestly,
Yeah.
it was a bit of a wake-up call.
I've done that too. And it's a scary number.
It is.
It's frightening.
That's when I realized that if I could redirect even a portion of that money
Yeah.
towards paying down the principal faster, the long-term savings would be enormous.
Right.
It's like giving yourself a guaranteed return on investment, and a pretty hefty one at that.
So you were basically saying that paying off your mortgage can be seen as an investment in itself,
Exactly.
but with a much lower risk factor than something like the stock market.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the numbers.
Yeah.
There's a deep emotional satisfaction that comes with knowing you own your home outright.
Right.
It's a feeling of true independence and control over your future.
That reminds me of something my grandparents used to say.
Oh, yeah.
They paid off their home early,
Mm-hmm.
and they always emphasized how much peace of mind it gave them,
Right.
especially during times of economic uncertainty.
Totally.
It was like a bedrock of stability for their entire family.
That's a great point. It's like having an insurance policy against life's unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the older generation either. I think
No.
more and more people are realizing the value of having that solid foundation,
Mm.
especially in a world that feels increasingly volatile.
I agree. So we've talked about the emotional benefits, the security, the interest savings.
Right.
But let's dive a little deeper into how paying off your mortgage actually translates into more freedom and flexibility in your day-to-day life.
Okay. Think about it this way.
Yeah.
When you eliminate that big monthly mortgage payment, you suddenly have a significant chunk of change freed up in your budget.
Wow.
What could you do with that extra money?
So many things.
You could travel more, pursue hobbies, invest in personal development, maybe even start that side hustle you've always dreamed of.
You're essentially creating space in your life
Yes,
for the things that truly matter to you, the things that bring you joy and make you feel alive.
exactly. And
Yeah.
it's not just about spending money either.
Yeah.
It's about having the freedom to work less, to spend more time with loved ones, to volunteer to pursue creative projects, to simply live a life that's more aligned with your values and passions.
I love that you're painting a pretty compelling picture here.
It's true.
It's like you're saying that paying off your mortgage is about more than just financial security.
Hmm.
It's about creating a life of greater purpose and fulfillment.
You got it. It's about investing in yourself, in your dreams, and in the experiences that make life truly rich and meaningful.
I am really feeling this.
Hmm.
This is such a different way of thinking about financial freedom.
Yeah,
And honestly, it's kind of liberating, isn't it?
it is.
To realize that there's another path, one that's less about accumulating wealth and more about creating a life you truly love.
It is liberating, and it's a path that's available to anyone who's willing to make it a priority.
Right.
It takes planning, it takes discipline, but the rewards are more than worth it.
Okay, I'm all in. We've talked about the emotional and lifestyle benefits,
Yeah.
but I know some of our listeners are probably wondering about the financial trade-offs.
Okay.
Isn't investing in the stock market the best way to build wealth long term?
It's a common thought.
How does paying off a mortgage compete with that?
That's a great question, and one we'll definitely dig into.
Okay.
But first, I want to share a personal story that really solidified this whole approach for me. I used to be all about the stock market,
Oh, yeah.
maxing out my 401k, researching individual stocks, chasing those high returns.
Uh-huh.
And there's definitely a place for that in a financial plan.
Right.
But a few years back, I went through a period of job instability.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't anything dramatic, just a series of contract roles,
Okay.
some gaps between projects, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. That's stressful, especially when you were used to that steady paycheck.
Exactly. And that's when it really hit me.
Yeah.
The power of having a low, predictable housing expense.
Right.
During those lean months, knowing that my mortgage was either very small
Uh-huh.
or completely gone would have been a game changer.
Right.
It wouldn't have solved all of my problems,
Right.
but it would have given me breathing room,
That breathing room.
a sense of security when things felt uncertain.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It's
Yeah.
like having that solid foundation
Right.
that you can always rely on, no matter what the financial weather is like outside.
Exactly. It's about reducing your vulnerability
Mm.
to economic ups and downs. And that peace of mind.
Right.
It's something you can't really put a price tag on.
You can.
It allows you to take risks in other areas of your life,
Yeah.
to pursue opportunities that might feel too scary if you were worried about making that big mortgage payment every month.
Right. So you're saying that paying off your mortgage can actually be a catalyst
Yes.
for other types of growth, both personally and professionally.
Absolutely. It's like it unlocks this sense of possibility.
Oh.
You're not as bound by financial constraints.
Right.
So you can be more open to new experiences, new challenges, even career changes
Yeah.
that might have felt too risky before.
That's such a powerful shift in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
When you think about the traditional advice to invest, the stock market is great for long-term growth, but it's also inherently volatile.
Right. And there's a psychological cost to that volatility.
There is.
Even if you are a seasoned investor.
Yeah.
When the market takes a dip, it's hard not to feel a little bit stressed, right?
Yeah. Right.
Especially if you're relying on those investments to fund your retirement or other major life goals.
Oh, absolutely.
I know.
I'm not a super anxious person,
Yeah,
but even I get a little jittery when I see my portfolio taking a hit.
exactly. But here's the beauty of having a paid-off home.
Okay.
It acts as a counterbalance
Wow,
to
this-
that volatility. It's
Yeah.
like this stable, secure asset
Yeah.
that gives you peace of mind regardless of what's happening in the market.
It's like a financial anchor, keeping you grounded when the seas get rough.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And that sense of stability, it permeates other areas of your life too.
I
You
think-
sleep better, you're less stressed,
Yeah.
you're more present with your loved ones. It's hard to quantify those benefits,
Right.
but they are incredibly real.
They are. Okay, I am convinced.
I knew you would be.
But let's address the elephant in the room for a lot of people. Retirement is the ultimate financial goal.
It is.
And conventional wisdom says that investing is the best way to secure a comfortable retirement.
Yep.
How does paying off your mortgage fit into that picture?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Imagine entering retirement without a mortgage payment.
Wow.
That's a huge chunk of your monthly expenses gone,
Yeah.
which means you can live on a lot less.
Right.
You are not tied to a job just to cover your housing costs.
Right.
You have the freedom to pursue passions, to travel, to spend time with loved ones,
Uh-huh.
to simply enjoy life without the constant worry of financial strain.
It's like you're setting yourself up for a retirement
Yes.
that's truly about living, not just surviving.
Exactly. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you have a paid-off home,
Yeah.
your overall cost of living goes down significantly.
It does.
That means you don't need as much money saved up
Right.
to feel financially secure in retirement.
Yeah.
You're not as reliant on those potentially volatile investment returns to make ends meet.
So you've got that padding. It's like you are creating a buffer against financial uncertainty in your later years.
Right. And that buffer, it translates into peace of mind, into freedom, into the ability to truly savor those retirement years.
I love that. You're not just talking about financial security. You're talking about quality of life,
Yeah.
about having the resources and the mental space to truly enjoy this next chapter.
Right.
And you know what? I think there's an even deeper layer to this whole idea.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, it's like in our culture, we are so obsessed with accumulation.
We are.
Bigger homes, more possessions, constantly striving for the next level of financial success.
Mhm.
But what if the real key to happiness and fulfillment lies in simplification,
I like that.
in owning less, in having fewer financial burdens, in creating more space for the things that truly matter.
That's a brilliant insight.
Yeah.
It's about shifting our focus from what we acquire to how we live.
Right.
And paying off your mortgage, it's like a tangible expression of that shift.
It is.
It's about prioritizing freedom over debt experiences, over possessions, and a life of purpose over a life of financial chasing.
Yes. It's about reclaiming control not just of our finances, but of our time, our energy, and our attention. And honestly, I think that's a message that resonates deeply with people right now.
I think so too.
We're all feeling overwhelmed, overloaded, and a little bit burnt out.
Absolutely. And that's why this approach feels so refreshing.
Yeah.
It's not about adding more to your plate. It's about creating space
Yeah.
for what truly matters.
Yeah.
It's about choosing a life of intention and purpose, a life where you are not constantly chasing the next financial milestone, but rather you're living in alignment with your values and your deepest desires.
This is such a powerful conversation. We've covered so much ground, the emotional benefits, the financial security, the lifestyle freedom, and now this idea of simplifying and aligning your life with what truly matters.
It is a lot to think
But
about.
before we wrap things up, I want to touch on one more aspect that I think is really important.
Yep. Yeah.
The sense of accomplishment
Yes.
that comes with paying off your mortgage.
Oh, yes. That's huge.
I mean, it's not an easy feat, right?
No, it's not.
It takes dedication, it takes discipline, it takes making some sacrifices along the way. But the feeling of finally reaching that goal of owning your home outright free and clear, that must be incredibly empowering.
It is, and it goes beyond just the financial aspect.
Right.
It's about proving to yourself
Yeah.
that you can set a big goal, you can stick to a plan, and you can achieve something that truly matters to you. It builds confidence, it builds resilience, and it sets you up for success in other areas of your life.
It's like a testament to your own strength and determination.
Exactly, and it's contagious.
How so?
When you achieve something significant, like paying off your mortgage, it inspires those around you.
Oh,
Your kids see it, your family sees it, your friends see it. It sends a powerful message about the importance of financial responsibility,
Right.
about the power of setting goals,
Yeah.
and about the possibilities that open up when you're willing to put in the work.
That's beautiful. It's like you are creating a ripple effect of positive change,
Yes.
not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you.
I love that. It's
Yeah.
about building a legacy.
Yeah.
Not just of financial security, but of values of purpose and of a life well lived.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to transition to our final thoughts. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
In a world obsessed with accumulation,
Yeah.
is the greatest investment the one that sets you free?
Wow.
The one that allows you to live a life of greater intention, purpose, and alignment with what truly matters?
That's a powerful question.
Yes.
And I think the answer lies within each of us.
It does.
It's about examining our values, defining what truly matters, and then making conscious choices that support that vision.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration. I think we've both learned a lot today.
It's been my pleasure. And to everyone listening, remember,
Yes.
the path to financial freedom is not always the one most traveled, but it's often the one that leads to the greatest rewards.
That is so true. And on that note, thank you so much for joining us for another deep dive.
Yes, thank you.
We'll see you next time.